Hello everyone. I'm going to be talking about my anxiety issues and the depression I've had most of my life and everything. So let's see if I can get through this video or not, cuz it's difficult. Um I've had a really messed up life. My depression started when I was like 6 or 7. Um I have memories of being like 7 or 8 years old in the closet, in my closet, trying to hang myself and kill myself. And my grandmother, she raised me. She was actually a really big part of my depression, but I'll get into that in a minute. And her walking in and laughing at me about it and just going, "You're stupid, you're not gonna do it," and walking out. Um, to talk more about her and the depression. I was kidnapped by her as a child. I was like a year and a half. And I didn't find all this out until I was in my late teens. What really happened. Basically, growing up, I didn't have anyone family-wise in my life except for her. And up until, I want to say, I was 13, we moved like every 6 months, and we never stayed put. And it's because my other members of my family were trying to find me. And whenever she or someone would get close to finding me, my grandmother would take me out of school, and she had a lot of doctor friends. She worked in the medical field as a transcript, like a, I don't know what you want to call them anymore, but whatever, she did that. So she would have her friends write up notes stating I was too sick and needed to be on homebound. And homebound is where a teacher will come into your home 3 times a week for about an hour and a half. So she did that quite a lot throughout my younger years of school. And I was being told that I was left in a compound, and there were a bunch of child molesters, and I had been molested, all these horrible, horrible, horrible things. And she kept just telling me different horrible, horrible things. And when I was like 8 years old, I want to say, I had been going to psychiatrists since I was like 6 years old. And when I was 7 or 8, I honestly don't remember how old I was. They formally diagnosed me with depression and put me on 40 milligrams of Prozac, which is an adult dose. And I had to take that twice a day. So I was taking 80 milligrams of Prozac. And that's an antidepressant. Yeah. Things got a little bit better for about 2 years. And then I didn't feel like the medicine was working any longer. So she would try to smuggle it in my food and in my beverages and everything like that. So finally, when I was like 12, I took myself off of it because it wasn't working for me anymore. And I just like spiraled, you could say, into a really bad depression. I was suicidal again, but people didn't know it. Because at the time, this was early 90s, early to mid 90s. You didn't talk about this stuff. You didn't talk about wanting to end your life, especially if you were that young. So I made people think I was happy. I made people think I was this bubbly, happy person when inside I was dead. And I was forced into every kind of psychiatrist, psychologist you can think of until I was 18. And then I had said, I've had enough. Because it got to the point I didn't want to go to them anymore, so I knew how to talk to them to get them to state that I was okay. I was, at this point, just sort of manipulating them so I didn't have to be there. Because I personally didn't want to go. I didn't feel I was ready to talk to anybody about it. Because it was still sort of looked down upon, and I didn't want to be put on all these different medications and everything. So I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Which, looking back, I probably should have, but I didn't know what to do. Sorry. This is really, really difficult, but this will probably be like 2 or 3 different videos so I can actually like explain myself properly and, well, as best I can. And everything. And then is my home life. I got uprooted again and moved to Texas City, where my father's side of the family lived. And she made sure that none of them liked me or had contact with me. Yeah. I'll continue this later. I need to stop for a minute. So, yeah.